Yo, man, what's going on, everybody, man? You already know what time it is, man. Today, we back again with another crazy lit reactions videos, man. Today, by the title and thumbnail, you already know what to expect, so I don't got to do too much talking, man. But I do want to give a huge shout out to my supporters, man. I just been reading my comments, and I just want to let y'all know. I just been, like lately, I just been overwhelmed with support and overwhelmed with just kindness and things like that. And even people corrected me and enjoying and just staying tuned into what I do. And I just want to let y'all know personally, coming face to face out of my mouth, y'all looking at me right now. If you one of the folks that's been watching my content throughout, even halfway throughout, and commenting and honestly engaging with me as I go through and we look through these contents of things that change our reality and these conspiracies and other things like that that could potentially be real, I just want to tell you that I appreciate you, you know, and that's coming from the heart. That's not coming from like, no, this is the outside of just YouTube. Like, this is real. Like, I'm saying this right now because I genuinely feel it, you know, and I feel the appreciation. I never felt no support like this in any other angle of or lane of YouTube I have done before. You know, like, this is something new and this is something genuine, you know, and I just want to tell y'all that I honestly appreciate it. Like, I'm just looking at analytics. I'm looking at how long y'all been tuning in. Y'all been tuning in more than half of the video. You know, if I post a 30-minute video, y'all been tuning in for like 17 minutes. You know, y'all been engaging. Y'all been hitting that like button, man. And that's just something I just want to take some time out to just say, like, if you're one of them people that subscribe, you have the notifications on, you've been commenting, you've been hitting that like button and engaging with what I post and what we're both looking at and learning. I just want to tell you that I appreciate it genuinely, you know, and this coming from me, like, and I know that is you. You get what I'm saying? The people that I'm talking to, you know exactly who you are. So I don't think I got to say any names or nothing like that, because it's plenty of y'all. Y'all done seen me comment to a lot of y'all. Y'all done seen me like some of y'all comments as well. So I just kind of want to take it to the side and just get some thanks for the support and just on this journey, man. It just been rough, you know. And we almost to 1 million subs as well. So we hit that 1 million mark. You know, we finna take off as well. You know what I'm saying? But I love y'all. Let's go ahead and get into this content right now, man. We reacted to some pretty crazy lit reaction videos today. There was some new things I learned as well, and some stuff that y'all can obviously help me on like y'all always do, and it's genuinely appreciated. But let's go ahead and get into it. Make sure that y'all hit that like button and get this video to hit the algorithm. That is what we need. We need to hit that algorithm so we can boost out and just keep going to the moon, man. Let's get it. Let's go.
We're on the verge of a paradigm shift. They've cracked open portal or doorway or whatever you want to call it.
What?
Another dimension. By their own admission, they are already in communication with something that has a personality and has ability to communicate. Yep. And the information that they're receiving must be very high level information, because they're feeding it to laboratories and technologies all across the planet. And what you said, which is so sobering, that video on the internet that captured it was an open satanic worship ceremony, I guess in the Goddard Tunnel.
Yes.
And I saw it and I was like, my mouth hung open because it was so in your face, Luciferian and satanic.
I would say we've probably not seen something that bold in the mainstream media.
No, we haven't.
In our lifetime.
No. And, you know, there's been an escalation, and it keeps getting faster and more bold and more prominent. The Illuminati symbols at the Super Bowls and these giant musical performances in stadiums by music superstars and the Olympics. There are in-your-face occult messages and satanic messages and
tell y'all all the time,
which tells you there's a very powerful Luciferian elite in this world, very active, and they're not hiding anymore.
No,
they've come out.
Because they've progressed in their timeline to the point where they feel invulnerable and no longer have to hold back. In fact, they want to be more bold about it so that they can gather themselves more converts to their way.
Wow. I'm surprised that something like this haven't went mainstream, like blew the internet, but it's finna blow the internet today. Y'all hit that like button. Because this needs to get out there. I didn't even know that they had some type of portal, and the fact that an official confirmed this. Why is this type of stuff not on it, like going on the internet, going viral and things like that? That's what I need to know, man. Somebody needs to. Y'all watching me right now. Look at me. Answer this question before I crash out. Nah, I'm playing. All jokes aside, this is honestly crazy, man. But like they said, they constantly throw things at your face just to see how you will possibly react. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to just throw it in there in hopes that you don't know. They're going to hope that you know. They probably ain't gonna tell you how to understand it. It's up to us to learn on our own. And I'm positive that we still don't know everything that there is to know. We just know what they are allowing us and pushing it in our face. You get what I'm saying? But that's wild. So it's confirmed that they have opened some type of portal and it's having communications with something other than a human being. Like it's something from somewhere else. That is wild. Y'all got the power to blow this video up. Smash that like button right now. Like, this video better get 100,000 likes because this needs to get all over the world, and y'all have the possibility to change that. Just imagine. Y'all watching have the possibility to change this and make this possible. So let's try it and let's do it, man. Tell you something. If you like this video and you give it 10 comments, just spam the comments, whatever it is, it'll boost into our algorithm because they see the audience retention are going to push it out to more people. I promise you. That boy KB, boy, you sent something nice here, my boy. Shout out.
1970s, the government has been replacing birds with bird drones to spy on us. There is a staggering amount of evidence to support this, and by the end of this documentary, you will also be convinced that birds aren't real. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon? Ever? You probably haven't because they don't exist. But if they did exist, surely someone has seen a baby pigeon, right? So we decided to go to the streets to find out for ourselves. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
No.
Have any of you seen a baby pigeon ever?
No, I don't think so.
I have not, no.
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
Actually, I haven't. It is kind of sketchy now that I think about it.
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
No, I have not. You know, I've wondered about that too.
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon before?
I don't think I have, actually.
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
Yes, I have, yeah.
Cap.
In Bangkok.
Cap.
Porch. On the balcony.
Do you by chance work for the government?
Yes, I do.
Woo!
Coincidence? But that's not the only unsettling question. In fact, there are a whole slew of questions that don't seem to have any answers. For example, have you ever been successful at touching a wild bird? Of course you haven't. Every time you go up to touch one...
Okay, that I feel like it has. I actually seen a couple videos where somebody actually was walking a pigeon. So it's possible, you know, just birds can fly and they're pretty fast beings. They get eaten by a lot of things. But now I think about it, I don't think I ever seen like an animal eat a pigeon. Have you ever seen like a hawk or eagle eat a pigeon? Or have you ever seen a pigeon ran over on the road or fell over, just passed away? Have y'all? Because I've seen plenty of other birds passed away. You know, you just walk and you just see like a bird. You be like, dang, how this bird pass away? But have y'all ever seen a pigeon? But that's wild. I ain't gonna lie. He got me at the beginning when he was like, oh, have y'all ever seen a baby pigeon before? Or just a younger version of a pigeon? I was like, hold on, wait, I don't think I ever seen them. I was finna say, I think they born grown like bees. You know, when bees are born, they ain't no babies. They born straight to grown bees and they start working. They babies in the hatchling, in a little nest, and then when they sprout out, they're grown. So that's what I was thinking at first. But chat, y'all answer this down below. Have you ever seen any baby pigeon? Because that's wild. I've seen everything else but a baby pigeon. That's crazy.
Yo, the English language is a whole setup. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but words are spells. That's why you gotta spell your words. They teach you how to spell. And back then, they would teach you how to write in cursive. Keyword curse. And you curse somebody out. These are words that we say and we don't even really pay mind to them. But words are everything. Now, through the TV, what do? They broadcast. So they're casting spells. The people of the show or the movie are the cast. See, Hollywood comes from the holly tree. Wizards will make their wands from the wood of the holly tree. Do their sorcery. Now, what do they call shows and stuff like that? They call it programs because it's programming you. Then they have channels. So now you're channeling different information, different energy, all of that. Job means persecution in Hebrew. And when you work a job, what they pay you? A salary. Salary means sal. Sal is salt. That's how they used to pay the ancient Romans back in the day. Pharmacy means magic, sorcery, or witchcraft. Alcohol is derived from the word alcohol, which means body-eating spirit, which is why people act out and get possessed when they are intoxicated. That's why they call alcohol spirits. The word alarm originated in Italy as a battle cry, and that battle cry means to your weapons. So when you awake in the morning, awake is a gathering after the funeral, and mourning is a state of grief when somebody passes. That's why we don't say good morning, we say grand rising. But listen to this, so your alarm wakes you up, and that's a battle cry that means to your weapons, and you're now awake, which means gathering after the funeral. Then you're going to your job, which means persecution, to gain a salary, which means salt. During the week, throughout the week, you feel weak, and then you make it to the weekend where you feel weakened. This is why it's so important to switch up your vocabulary, because like I said, words are spells. Depending on what words you're saying, that's gonna be manifested back. It's cause and effect. You put that energy out there. Even if it's unconsciously, you put that out there. So just be aware and definitely start switching up your vocabulary. Stop saying the word spent. Oh, I spent this much. I spent money. Stop saying that. Because once you spent it, the universe hears that and that's it. You can't get it back because you spent it. But if you say I circulated or I invested, the money is definitely gonna come right back to you. I practiced this literally when I was broke. And I noticed the shift. There's a reason why they stripped us from our original languages and they forced the English language on us. So always be self-conscious and start using more positive words. You already know, family, health is wealth. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. If you want more content like this, then definitely let me know in the comments. Peace out, fam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And do you think that the country will see the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman president?
We already have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know Michelle is a
I'm sorry, she's a what?
A transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
What? Nah, they playing. Yeah. They definitely playing here. This gotta be. Hold on, let me see. That's gotta be Photoshop, y'all. That has to be Photoshopped. There's no way. There's no way that this is Barack and Michelle. This has to be Photoshopped some type of way. Like, just, it's no way. And I did hear about this woman passing away, Joanne Roberts, but that's wild. I don't know. I think she really didn't look as healthy. But she used to do her thing entertaining, though, for sure. That. Y'all let me know. Y'all think she's telling some truth?
The men in black are real. For decades, people have reported encountering these strange men after they witness a UFO. In many cases, they show up at witnesses' houses in vintage black cars to ask bizarre and intimidating questions. There's also something strange about them, as they appear devoid facial features or are often sickly pale and act almost robotic with their movements. It's said that these are either government agents or aliens trying to cover up UFO activity. That is why many believe.
So I'm gonna be honest, right? I have not been hearing a lot about the Men in Black lately. I used to hear a lot about it when I was in like middle school and probably elementary school and things like that. But serious question, have y'all heard about anything about the Men in Black? I just been hearing a lot about like the FBI and CIA, you know, and NASA. I haven't been hearing anything about Men in Black. But if anybody have new things on Men in Black, please send it in my Discord or email or whatever. I would genuinely love to find it. And you get what I'm saying? Like, learn some new evidence about the Men in Black. Because everybody know the tall hat with the no eyebrows type vibe pill. But I know it has to be something new.
Did you know that A Nightmare on Elm Street was based on a true story?
What?
In the 1980s, refugees were coming to America for better life. One of these refugees was young Lang Thao. He moved to Portland, Oregon with his wife and his 8 children. One night, he was watching TV with his uncle when finally he went to bed, and that's when it got pretty weird. His wife woke up to the sound of him having some serious problems breathing, and it seemed like he was in a lot of distress. She quickly tried to wake up her husband, but very soon realized that he was never going to wake up again. However, his death led to a federal investigation that to this day has never been solved. Her husband, who had only been 47 at the time and extremely healthy, had died in his sleep. They later did an autopsy and the cause of death could not be determined. But Young wasn't the only one. Within the span of 1 year, 4 Laotian refugees all died mysteriously in their sleep. As authorities tried to investigate what was happening, they found some really disturbing things. Authorities quickly discovered that in Minnesota, more refugees had quickly, mysteriously, and without any cause, died in their sleep. All of them were young men, all of them were relatively healthy, and this brought the total up to 13.
13.
And when authorities investigated further, they found even more. Authorities couldn't figure out what was killing these young men, but it seemed that every single one of them died while having a nightmare.
Wow.
And one of these was even a young boy. This young boy had been having nightmares for quite a while and even told his parents about it. This young boy told his parents of a nightmare where this man was chasing him and trying to get him. He was so terrified he would try to stay awake for days at a time. Extremely worried about him, his parents tried to urge him to go to sleep and that the nightmares were just that, nightmares. And one night, the boy finally fell asleep, much to his parents' relief. However, that same night, his parents heard screaming coming from his room in the middle of the night and quickly rushed to his aid. But by the time they got there, it was already too late. This happened to so many men that federal employees got involved and they led a thorough investigation. But even though these cases kept on happening, they had no answers. And to this day, none of those deaths have ever been solved. And those are the stories that gave Wes Craven the idea for A Nightmare on Elm Street and the spooky thing that would chase them in their dreams, Freddy Krueger.
See?
As if A Nightmare on Elm Street wasn't spooky enough, these stories will make you never want to sleep again.
Wow, wow, wow. So I always tell y'all, they literally monetize off of people's traumatic situations around the world. I didn't even know that there was something real. I genuinely didn't know. I thought that it was just something made up, but to know that this was something that really happened to hundreds of immigrants, that just seemed like it was some type of spell, wherever it shipped or whatever it was that they, traveled on. You get what I'm saying?
He's the one who told me 11 months before 9/11 ever happened that there was going to be an event. Never told me what the event was going to be, but there was going to be an event, and out of that event, we were going to invade Afghanistan to run pipelines from the Caspian Sea. We were going to invade Iraq, to take over the oil fields, establish a base in the Middle East, and make it all part of the New World Order. And I remember he was telling me how how you're going to see soldiers looking in caves for people in Afghanistan and Pakistan and all these places, and there's going to be this war on terror, which is no real enemy, and the whole thing is a giant hoax. He says, there's going to be war on terror, and he's just laughing. There's no, who are we fighting? I mean, why do you think 9/11 happened, and then nothing's happened since then? Do you think that our security is so great here that these people who pulled off 9/11, who were able to, can't knock down another plane? Come on, it's ridiculous. 9/11 was done by people in our own government and our own banking system to perpetuate the fear of the American people into subordinating themselves to anything the government wants them to do. That's what it's about, and to create this war, this endless war on terror. And that's why and that was the first lie. And the next lie was going into Iraq, to get Saddam Hussein out with his weapons of mass destruction. That was the next lie.
Now, specifically, this was a little over 6 years ago?
This was
11 months before 9/11.
Yeah.
And Nick Rockefeller, who's a lawyer, he's become your friend over the previous years, and he's saying to you that there's going to be this big event, and then out of that we're going to have a war on terror, and it's just going to go on and on.
Right. An endless war on terror without any real enemy. That you can never define a winner.
And did he say that it's going to be perfect because you can't define an enemy? It just goes on and on?
Yeah, because you can't define a winner. There's no one to beat, so it goes on and on forever. And they can do whatever they want. They scare the hell out of the American public. Look, this whole war on terror is a fraud. It's a farce. It's very difficult to say it out loud because people are intimidated against saying it. Because if you say it, they want to make you into a nutcase. But the truth has to come out. That's why I'm doing this interview. The fact of the matter happens to be that the whole war on terror is a fraud. It's a farce. Yeah, there's a war going on in Iraq because we invaded Iraq. And people over there fighting, But the war on terror, that's a joke, And until we discover what really happened on 9/11, And who was responsible for 9/11? Because that's where the war on terror emanates from. That's where it comes from. It was 9/11 that allowed this war on terror to begin. And until we get to the bottom root of 9/11, the truth of 9/11, we'll never know about the war on terror.
Unfortunately. Whoa. Nah, they lying. They are lying. Did y'all just read what the guy just said? Like, let me show y'all right quick.
Oh, about the war on terror.
Look at this. Aaron Russo passed away weeks after this interview. So they got him up out of here. That cannot be a coincidence. Let me confirm if this is real, actually. It says it right here. August 24, 2007. Wow. He was a businessman, a film producer, director, and a political activist. I wonder, how did he pass away? Let's see how he passed away, y'all. Bladder cancer. Okay, so he had bladder cancer for 6 years, and just so happened a couple weeks after he did this interview. So it looked like he lost his battle to bladder cancer, and it's just what a coincidence that 6 years after, a couple weeks after, y'all actually seen how healthy he looked, right? I'll go ahead and mute this right quick so y'all can just see him talk.
The truth has to come out. That's why I'm doing this interview.
Crazy, right?
The fact of the matter,
he knew what was coming up. I feel like personally he said what he said because he knew what was going to happen to him. Before he passed away, he needed to clear his mind. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. He didn't look like he was, and I didn't seen people in a situation like that, especially if they terminal. Like it plays a big effect on their body, especially when it comes to the bladder. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he looked pretty healthy to me. So y'all let me know what y'all think happened to my guy Aaron Russo. What he said held a lot of value. Like, don't just make it seem like that, out of nowhere we just didn't have nothing in control, and now all of a sudden we have everything in control. Like that it's just all a scam.
Contrary to popular belief, Africa is not poor. You don't go to a poor continent to make money. Africa is in fact the richest continent on the globe. Yep. Why haven't African leaders tried to make use of their resources? You might ask. They did. And every time they met the same fate. Wow. Death. Some under mysterious circumstances like Magufuli and MKO Abiola, who coincidentally both had a heart attack moments after plans to industrialize Tanzania and Nigeria's gold and oil reserves. U.S. Ambassador Susan Rice served MKO a cup of tea, which many people believe was the cause of his death. Other leaders have been killed directly by the orders of multinational corporations, like Ken Saro-Wiwa being hung by Shell. Or how about the first democratically elected leader of the Congo, Lumumba, being executed in a coup propped by Belgium and CIA on the orders of Union Minnery. Congo is in fact the richest country on the planet, yet has the number 2 poorest citizens. After they dismembered Lumumba's body, the CIA plant dictator Mobutu took control of Congo for 30 years. Similar cases can be found across the entire continent of Africa and the entire global south. Latin America and Africa are still under hostage from these corporations. They have killed everyone who's gotten in their way, including but not limited to Dag Hammarskjöld. The UN Secretary General, his plane was shot down in attempts to liberate the Congo from exploitation. JFK, being close friends with Dag and Lumumba, JFK was furious with Devlin and the CIA for their role in their demise, and planned to scatter the CIA into 1,000 pieces. Weeks later, he was dead under mysterious circumstance. His death has a lot of similarity with a leader from Sweden, Olof Palme. He wanted to continue Dag's legacy and help Africa and Latin America be free from the global elite. Sadly, he met the same fate. When looking at these deaths individually, it may look like coincidence. Yet when you have the full picture, it all makes sense. A full list of the activists, leaders, journalists, and authors who have been killed can be found on the website, theblackoutstrike.com.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all go check that out if y'all want to know the whole list. But what's wild is that it is weird how they all share the same fate in some type of way, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, just imagine every time somebody passed away that's somewhat on that type of era, that they meet the exact same fate. That personally just doesn't make sense to me. Like, that's something I don't think I can actually believe that they share somewhat of the same fate. It's never like a situation where they just really got ill to a point and suffer from dementia, something that's normally like the late ill type of thing. You get what I'm saying? I'm surprised, man. It looked like that Africa does have some type of thing. I think they actually got some stuff going on with BRICS right now, but it seemed like that they're have some couple continents in Africa are actually coming together within themselves to establish their own union, you know, which is probably needed because a lot of resources, diamonds, gold, and all this place to be coming from these in India spots and these African spots, but it honestly be ruled by foreigners. You get what I'm saying?
Watch this. Watch this. I will never look at this movie the same ever again.
No, no way.
You have a planet to save, Laura.
You've got me confused with somebody else. I work part-time at a pizzeria.
2 days ago, I was running a post office in Truro, Mass. You are who you are. Laura, you are the light, the leader of your people, their spirit, and their hope. The power is within you to save the planet.
Oh.
It's your time. Your time is now. You are going to save the world.
No, I can't be.
You know things before they happen.
I'm a Libra.
You're Zorthan. When you get sad, it always seems to rain.
Well, lots of people get sad when it rains.
It rains because you're sad, baby.
Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen carefully. Watch, watch, watch.
You heard them pizza words, chat. What's going on? I heard pizza though.
Never is.
No, listen to this part. Listen to this
We
part.
are who we are, even if we sometimes forget.
Wait, what?
Never is.
No, listen to this part. Listen to this
We are
part.
who we Never is.
No, listen to this part. Listen to this
We are
part.
who we are, even if we sometimes forget.
Okay. Maybe I know I ain't the only right person in this chat right now feeling like that I just got my time wasted. Anybody else is feeling like that right now? Because I personally feel like that my time was just wasted. Because I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know what to think, how to feel. I ain't gonna lie, the pizza stuff, that kind of got me. Because they was like, oh, you work at a pizza shop, you chose him, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not too sure about the end. It's on some we are who we are, even if we forget. Like, okay, how about this? Since a lot of people like to sit here and say that my third eye's closed, how about this, right? Because I guess I couldn't understand or understand something that's going on. How about y'all just let me know down below what they was referencing to with that ending there? Please, thank you.
One of my favorite things to do as a dumb person is to argue conspiracy theories with people who care. If you have 37 minutes to waste in a day, do it. It's the best.
Oh my
My
God.
favorite conspiracy theory to argue is the moon landing, right? Whether we went or we didn't, it doesn't affect my life at all. If anything, that'd be the most American thing we've ever done, to fake one of our nation's greatest accomplishments. That's America written all over it.
Oh, that's true.
If you saw that in the newspaper tomorrow, you'd be like, yeah, right, we did. We tricked you off for like 55 years, you bunch of bums. Like, see
That's
how far
facts.
away the moon is?
Yeah, that's facts. That is facts. That would be very American of them to fake one of the nation's biggest accomplishments outside of them coming to the Americas and colonizing and saying that they explored it, and they just, the Native Americans just gave over the land freely, and then they assassinated them all and made it to a holiday called Thanksgiving. So that's very American as well. So it's a lot of stuff called American in here. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I don't think I got to say too much about it. I feel like that. What's understood don't have to be too much overly explained. But like I tell y'all, man, y'all can just let me know personally how y'all feel on certain situations as well. You don't gotta fabricate it or nothing like that. If you ain't agreeing with me, you ain't agreeing with me. But we at the end of the video now, so I just want to tell y'all I appreciate y'all for tuning all the way in. If y'all made it to the end, spam the comments down below. Put 10 blue hearts, comment 10 different times, just spam it. When you comment, click send. When you comment, click send. Like, just spam the comments, hit that like button as well if you haven't already. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy the content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that post notification bell to get notified when a kid posts another video, man. Let's get it, let's go.